Hi guys, and welcome back for another episode in our Eador Imperium series. We're doing the Sandbox campaign, really focus at the beginning player, so we're not doing any try-hard achievements. We're going to continue today with the plan that we laid out last episode. We're going to pick up our guy in our stronghold that is recuperating. He took some damage in our last battle. Then we're going to see if we can possibly recruit another fellow and also get some buildings up and running. Then we will try to conquer this Misty Fields province. This will actually increase our vision here in this area. And then we will simply continue developing our provinces. So let's first of all go back to the stronghold. To quickly recap, we have positive gold income, 21 gold per turn, so that's pretty good. We have 2 rituals, one we used in the last episode, so that's still on cooldown for 1 turn. That's the healing one. And then we have the fair wind that will increase the mobility by 4. We don't need that right now, we're hopping simply 1 province over, so. Alright, let's get that done. And as mentioned before, those tips, even though sometimes they're a little bit, they have valuable information about the game and some handy information. Alright, let's look at our guy in the garrison. There he is. He's still recuperating. Okay, we can pick him up. We don't have another slot available for another person to be recruited, so we have to hold off on that. Building wise, we have built 2 military units so far. The swordsman school and the crossbow school. Now we can go for the healer, which is very handy. Let's see what is required for that. We already have the altar. It's 101 gold, so we can queue that up. Actually, we can construct it right away. So that's already done. Now, if we had another slot in the gold, then we could recruit a healer. We don't have that yet. We will simply come back in a couple of turns. Let's double check his magic. We have a good setup. We have our slows and the healing spell, the cure wounds that we picked up. So let's simply jump over to that province and get some action going. Mod has a good feeling about this one. A band of local militia is advancing in the direction of the hero. There's 4 enemies. Militia, man, slinger, and spearman. Let's attack. Should be an easy fight. A lot of hills, so we like seeing that. The crossbow guy has the least range, so we kind of want to put him up front. The hero standing on plains. I think this is actually a good corner over here. If you put the crossbow guy over there, the bowman over there, grab that tank over here. A lot of impassable terrain here, so we kind of funnel them this direction. Yeah, that should be a really easy fight. I'm actually going to move 1 square up for all of them. Oops. I guess he didn't want to participate in this battle. He has 8 health. He has 1 magic resistance, as you can see in the bottom. He has a range, he's a slinger. I'll actually use my bowman on this one. Okay, let's see here. He's in range, so let's start shooting at that guy. Let's bring him back. Let's move him up to this hill to give him some extra defense. Alright, let's end the turn. These guys, they don't have any defense at all. Their attack is pretty mediocre. This guy has more defense, has a higher attack, is a bigger threat overall than these two guys. These are really cheap units. But what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to see if I can actually finish this guy off. I don't think we're not able to kill him off, but that's okay. Let's get some damage in. And I don't want to move him, I want to keep him on that hill. Even though he's going to eat 2 attacks, he should be able to counter-attack both of them then. Okay, let's end the turn. I was only able to parry there. Okay, so the bowman can finish off this guy. Hopefully he can kill him. Great. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually heal him. And do some damage here. Perfect. And end the turn. Hopefully he will not lose too much health, because healing in battle is easier than waiting for them to recuperate when you're outside of the battle. Because if you heal them in battle, then you will get that magic back next battle either way. So that replenishes right away, so you don't have to wait around. It's a mistake I made the previous battle in the previous episode. I should have healed him before we finished off that last unit. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Let's finish this battle. So that was pretty easy. That's also why the gold reward, the gold looted, is actually less. We gained a level. Unfortunately it's magic. I was hoping for command, because then we could actually recruit another unit in there. Let's see what they're offering. Diplomacy, marksmanship. This is actually pretty good too. We currently have 1, because the 2 would show that we actually would get level 2 right now. I'm going to go for more attack this time. Our swordsman leveled up. You can get 1 morale or forced march. There's a special ability that allows the unit to increase its movement by 1 point by spending some stamina. This is actually really handy to have, so I'm going to pick this one. So we conquered that. It's already explored up to 53%, so that is really not bad at all. The troops are in pretty good shape. Now he gained another magic level, so he could be able to pick up some more magic spells. I don't need that right now. I want to explore the provinces instead of running back to the stronghold all the time. This one is at 53%, this one is at 25%, so I'm actually going to run over here. Explore that up and hopefully find some interesting locations with some loot and experience for us. Let's see how the buildings are going in this one. We have 2 buildings. That is sufficient for now. We have 79 gold, and since we conquered this one, we're actually able to start building in here. I always start with the pub. I always like the morale of the people, and if you look on the right hand bottom, you see that. Let's see what they're at right now. They're discontent. So you should actually be able to see that face change the moment we build this. Yep, there it goes. And now they are neutral, kind of quiet. But that's better than discontent. If they're discontent and below, or worse than that, then it could lead to uprisings. You actually see the bar filling up here, and that will actually tell you how many turns before an uprising. Right now it says 70, but that doesn't mean anything. In this status, it will never get to an uprising. We could still lose a province to random events if we don't have any defenders or garrison sitting there, but at least not to an uprising or rebellion. Okay, so we're going to move back to the Charlwood province. And also, because I built that building in Misty Fields, you can only build 1 building in all the provinces have. So that means that I wouldn't be able to build a building in Misty Fields and a building in Charlwood at the same turn. You can only build 1 building per turn in your provinces. Let's go back to exploring here. I have 85 gold, so that actually allows me to build a granary. let's get that done. I don't have anything queued in the stronghold, and maybe I should simply queue something up. We have the healer, we have the crossbow guy, swordsman. Magic-wise, we're okay. We can build more magic, but it's really not important at the moment. I prefer to do other things. Farmer's Market is really an interesting building. We have the required granary. It's 176 gold. I'm still going to queue it. And we'll simply postpone until we finally have the gold for it. Hopefully we'll find some interesting locations here that we can plunder. Okay. While exploring the province of Shuttlewood, might find something unusual, ancient crypt. Let's examine that. 3 giant spiders. So we're not really quite ready for that at the moment, so let's retreat. We still explored some of the land still, so it went up to 30 cent. Unfortunately no loot. We don't have the money for the building, so we're just gonna close this and postpone it. And next turn, we'll keep on exploring. We find a ghost town, we can examine it. It's 6 brigands, thieves, bowmen and assassins. Should be an easy battle. So let's attack. Okay, not that many hills right now. Some here in the bottom. Got some impassable terrain here, a hill that we can put our tank on. So let's get one of the tanks here. Because these units that we're going to deal with is mostly melee. Because normally I would prefer to have my rangers on the hills, of course, or my hunters and my hero, but fortunately there's not too many hills to play with. I'm going to move him here. I'm going to position my ranged. I might actually run this tank further so we can put the crossbow guy on this hill. Let's see what we're dealing with. So the assassin, 2 movement. It's really mediocre. He has a lot of health though. And he has some really scary attacks. But also his defense is pretty solid. 4 defense, 4 range defense, and 2 magic. And if you look at the ability, he has, first of all, agility. That's, you cannot counter-attack. So he can attack your units in melee range, and normally you would get a counter-attack off, but not against these guys. You cannot counter-attack them. They have poison, and that's really painful. Making them lose 2 hit points per turn for 3 turns. That's actually quite a bit. Precision strike. They do a lot of damage because they ignore 3 of the enemy's defense. And they can backstab. They do a lot of damage when backstabbing, more than the normal backstab already does. So they ignore 3 of our defense, and if you look at our tanks, we have, if you look at the bottom there, 3 defense, 5 range defense, and 1 magic. So they basically completely nullify our defense right there. That's why you want to pick them off and try to avoid actually getting in melee range with them, because they do a lot of damage, these guys. These are more simplistic units. Numbers are not really too bad, but they have no ranged. They have a fair amount of attack, but they're more vulnerable. And we have a thief. His numbers are even worse. So usually the biggest threat right now is coming from the bowmen and these guys. So let's see how we're going to tackle this. He's quite a ways off from the battle, so he might actually be running around through these forests and have some fun in there, I guess. Okay, let's start it up. Impassable terrain. These 2 guys, I think, are actually going to go over here. Now we're going to move him up. There's no point for him to run up the hill and do some stamina, so let's avoid that. I'm going to move him up too. I might want to slow one of them. These guys are going to be busy for quite a while. I think I'm going to slow them closer to the troops so we can actually do damage. So let's hold off on that for now. And he's running in the corner here. Nobody in range yet. Let's move him up here. Move him to the forest. Move him up this hill. And let's move him in. Okay, that's good enough. Let's see here. Because even though they have 2 movements, walking through forest, it's costing them 2 movements, so they can only move 1 square and 1 square. And it takes quite a while for them to get to us, which is perfect. We're going to shoot at this guy. No. Hopefully the bowman can, yes, he can kill him off. That's perfect. So the crossbow guy can actually start shooting at the next person. Let's see. Gonna have him rest. He lost 1 stamina running up the hill, so when you rest you get that stamina back. Might make a difference at the end of the battle. That was our turn. Let's see how they proceed to get to us. Okay, so now there's no forest, so these guys are going to be really fast. Okay, I can try to finish them off, but I'm actually going to slow them. I'm going to slow this guy. Hopefully we can get some decent damage off on these guys. Okay. Ouch. He is still slow for 3 turns. Let's slow him to 6. Okay, 2 damage. Yeah, if he doesn't kill him, he's gonna get counterattacked. Okay. So that's not too bad. He's gonna take some more damage. And he has 6 more arrows. Okay, thank God he didn't shoot. That's sometimes a problem that you have with using magic, because the hero is the one that does most damage. So I can either do some damage on these guys or heal him up and give him that shield to deal with that bowman over here. I think I'm going to do some damage on this guy. It's not much, it's only 4. Is he standing in the forest? Yeah, he's standing... Did I really slow him on top of the forest? That's really not smart. He's slow for 3 turns, he's slow for 2 turns. He's spell range 7, my hero has 6. 3 movements. I can move here and potentially actually kill him. Tough. I'm gonna shoot at this guy. Okay, let's see what they do. So it's not too much damage that he's doing yet. Hero has 3 ammos left, so let's continue this. Bowman has 3 left too. He's hardly doing any damage. And crossbow guy has 2 arrows left. Okay. I'm gonna rest that guy up. He's gonna be moving. Okay, just keep shooting at our tanks. They are just out of range, so that's perfect. Hopefully the bowman can finish this off. Okay, perfect. Because this guy's going to be moving. I have one arrow left on the crossbow guy, so I might want to hold off. One arrow on the bowman. Let's see if there's anything else we can do here. Okay. Because he's in the forest, I'm not going to waste my ammo right now. I'll let him move. Okay, there he comes. So, as I said, no counterattack. So now we really want to get some damage in. Bowman doesn't do much damage at all. Crossbow guy. I'm not even sure if we can finish him off. Nope. I do want to move him in though. Hopefully he doesn't have enough movement to actually backstab my bowman, because he might actually kill him. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh dear. Oh. Yep, we have to finish the battle fast now because I don't have any heals. He should be able to kill. Perfect. And hopefully I can get a range. Okay. That's poison. Yeah, they have a lot of poison. They should survive, but still a lot of damage. Now I have to go into melee range. Give myself some haste. And next turn I should basically reach him. There we go. Not a pretty ending, but it worked. And that is a nice gold loot. The swordsman gained a level. You can choose between morale and stamina. I'm going to go for the morale. Ooh, we found 400 gold and 16 gems. And there's a spell that you can learn. The thing is with these spells, if you learn them, they're not part of... You can use them for your hero, but the moment you delete them from your spellbook, then you would have to find another scroll with that spell, or actually study that school of magic, because this is a one-time thing. You can put them in your spellbook, but the moment you remove them, you have to relearn them, or... So it's not the same as the spells that we currently use. We won the battle, had some nice loot, and we can actually construct a farmer's market. Problem is that we took a lot of damage. That's pretty low, but the great thing is we have that ritual available now. It's going to restore 5 hit points, so it's not going to completely heal the army up, but it still makes a nice difference. See, we have one guy that's a little bit low there. Let's see, 400 gold, we build everything there. Let's see what we can queue up for buildings in our stronghold. We got the healer. We don't have any room for troops right now anyway, so there's not much point to actually start building all the other units up, and we might want to focus on something that generates gold for us. These buildings. Now these buildings, you will be able to buy gear. This is a tailor store, for example, plate armory, weapons, carpenter shop. It's not my focus, because I hope to get loot from the battles. Rings, however, is very interesting, for the reason that you can wear 4 rings and you have bracelets and things like that. So this could actually be really interesting for us. We do not meet all the requirements yet, so we need the Diggers Guild. Let's click on that one. Allows building a mine in hilly provinces. It's always handy to have either way. I'm going to queue that one up. And then we go to the jewelry store. Queue that one up next. Let's see here. So we're slowly making progress on this province. Let's see. We used the ritual, so that's why this is X'd out for this turn. I really like that healing one. It's only a 4-turn cooldown, and it really can make a difference. So we're just going to continue exploring. not find something unusual. A dark dungeon. 4 giant spiders. Yeah, let's not do that at the moment. Also, we have that swordsman that held yet. Okay, there's a scheduled construction, so we can construct the Digger's Guild. 259 left. Because of that, we can actually build a mill here. And that will give us +5 income. It costs 80 to build it. But, what is it after, was it 16 turns? You'll actually get the gold out of it. So let's build that. It's 80. Means that the next building we might not have enough gold to build that, but there's really no rush with that. Let's keep on exploring. The fairy tree. Examine it. Number of enemies is 5. It's Faeries and Dryads. He has a pretty good feeling about this, but Fairy and Dryads can be really tricky because they have a lot of movement. They move really fast. And they can really get to your backline real fast. So let's do it either way. It's going to be an interesting battle. Interesting units that we encounter here. Too bad there's not a lot of hills. Let's see here. Nope, impassable terrain. If I move the tanks, because I might be thinking I put my archer over here and move him onto the hill real quick. That takes 2 turns to complete. In 2 turns, those fairies and dryads, they will be very near to us because they move so fast. So it's not really too smart to approach it that way. Now forest gives us range defense, but they mostly do melee and magic attack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put our guys over here. I should actually hide in a corner. Make the crossbow guy at least, well, he's really still wounded, so let's move him here. Yeah, this is... I'm gonna move these out in that case. Let's do it this way. Okay, first of all we have 1, 2, 3 fairies, 4 fairies and 1 dryad. Let's look at them first. Barely any health, 9 stamina, 12 morale, it's mediocre. But 3 speed, 1 attack, 1 counter attack. But look at the resistances. Those are really high defense and ranged attack. 8 ammunition, so they're pretty expensive for a good reason. These are really great units to move over the battlefield fast and get to your backline. So that's why I'm standing in this little corner like a coward. They have the floating ability. They don't care about forest, hills and things like that. It just costs them 1 movement speed. They're super fast. Healing. They can heal, you know, just like a healer, like, you know, healing for 3 hit points it seems. They have a magic shot, so they can also do magic damage, ranged. Force knowledge. And they have haste. And they're actually going to cast this normally on top on each other. So everybody has haste, and then they move even faster. It's can be quite scary. This is their only dryad. It has 2 movements, no ranged. Pretty good defense, a lot of health points, and some good, really good morale. So you can't really affect their morale too much. Magic strike and force knowledge. So it's more like this is more a melee unit, but because I can use my slow spell on the fairy if I would succeed, because they have 6 magic resistance, so I might not even be able to get it up, you know, be successful with that. But even if that would be successful, they would still move because they have so much speed. Right now she has 3 speeds, as you can see on the left bottom. After haste, I think there's actually going to be 4 or 5. And that's what they normally do. They start casting haste. They actually cast haste on that Dryad, so she's already fast. I've seen it happen where they literally sit in the back and they don't do anything besides healing her and giving her haste. And hope that she can do some damage, which works for me. She has 5 magic resist, so there's really not much point to cast any kind of magic on her. But I am gonna block this path. I'm gonna move him up the hill because I don't want them to get to this guy. He's also pretty vulnerable. I don't mind if they cast all their spell haste and stuff. I mean, it works for me. But she's getting pretty fast though. There's no damage. And that's my hero. He's doing 2 damage, and well, she's standing on a forest, but still. Let's keep on moving. I'm not going to waste my ammo on that, but she's going to be able to get to this guy. Wow. Still no damage. This is not looking good for a crossbow guy. I have to move him. And he does 0 damage. Okay. This is looking painful, to be honest. Now hopefully we can kill her off. Well, we killed her off, but now we are dealing with... They don't do too much damage, so this is okay. I think we're all gonna live, but if she had targeted him instead of going for the bowman, we would have lost that crossbow man. It just shows how tricky it can be, because I really underestimated, even though I knew that she was going to be fast, I underestimated the fact that she was going to really hop from one forest to the other. My hero hardly did any damage on her. So this usually is easier. They have no spells left. How many arrows does he have? 6. Well, let's get something done. The hero actually misses. Okay. Well, they don't have a lot of melee attacks, so... Yeah, they have 6 range defense. He may kill, but if he doesn't kill, she's gonna counter. Yeah, we don't do any damage. Okay, that kind of helps, but he is really vulnerable. Let's see if I move him here, because I think she can get past him and hit him. And he has only 2 hit points. But if I move him here, then he might get a double attack from them. And he loses. I would rather lose the bowman, to be honest, if we lose anybody. Here. Well, thank God she went for the hero. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it's not range for the hero. Let's try a backstab. Can he backstab now? Nice. I was kind of hoping for that. Yeah, he's gonna be... Unless it was an absolute miracle. Unless he really kills her. No. If he had killed her, then she would have counterattacked and he would have lived, but... Okay. Oh, I didn't turn him. Let's see. Okay. Well, that was a pretty sloppy fight, but we got the job done. I had expected it to be more difficult than he was thinking it was going to be. Maybe I didn't play it right. Maybe I should have done something else with the Dryad, because she really did a lot of damage early on. But slow, I mean, it's no point of casting slow on her, because she has high magic resist and it would fail. It would just waste the turn completely. We can choose between marksmanship, pathfinding and archery. I'm going to go for the marksmanship. I'm going to get my damage up. And unfortunately the hero didn't get the command level up, he got health. So the swordsman gained level 3, so he can do stamina or morale. I'm going to go for morale again. We have found 271 gold, 17 gems, and this is a ritual, illusionary battle. It's pretty cool to have. The thing is that it's just like a spell scroll that you find. You can use this once, and then you have to either find another scroll or actually study the spell in your magic school. So we can use this once. I'll show you in a moment. And we got a round shield. So it's not a bad haul. We just lost our bowman. And like the spearman that we lost earlier on, the bowman is not somebody that I normally keep around either way, because I kind of focus on the crossbow guys. We can construct our jewelry store. Interesting. Since the army needs to recuperate, and that spell has still 2 turns on cooldown, I'm going to actually go back to the stronghold. Here is that scroll. It also shows the number 1, so you can only use it once, and then you either have to find another scroll to study that. This is actually really funny, because what it does is it is a great way for your units to get experience. You cast it on your hero and his army, and you cannot lose any battles. It doesn't even show you the battle. It just shows that you won the battle and the experience that you get. I'm going to wait with that until I pick up the new unit, so you can actually participate in that as well. First of all, we're going to run back there. Let's see if there's anything we can build here. Yep. Actually 45 gold income right now, because we lost the unit and we had that mill build. Let's end the turn. There we go. First of all, let's get some repairs done. 41 gold. We can sell this shield. I don't need it. Round shield. I'll keep the scroll. I'll just put it here. I don't use it normally. We've got some rings available now as well. And this lowers your maintenance by 10%. Come on, this metal. It gives us +1 morale, but it's not worth 100 gold for me. 1 stamina, 1 hit points. Now we can buy 4 rings. But yeah, it's not. I will wait for the loot. Okay, let's get back out of here. Let's recruit the units. We have 1 crossbow guy, 2 swordsmen. We can get the healer. Could be handy. It's just that they're super vulnerable in battle. We have 2 tanks, a crossbow guy and a hero. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the crossbow man. Okay, let's pair them up. So we've got those units. Now we can cast at the Legionary Battle. So Mud is attacked by a phantom army. The battle with the illusions passes without losses and brings valuable experience. When the deception is revealed, the hero's morale is reduced slightly. So you take a slight morale hit, but the experience is really substantial. So that's good. I'm just double checking here. I really wish he had more of the command. Only level 1. We have only room for 4 troops. Normally, it's kind of random, it seems like, because we have 3 magic, 3 health. In other games, we usually have at least 2 morale, which would open that slot actually. Let's quickly check on his magic, because he did gain that magic level. Ah, okay. So we can put 2 more magic spells here. Cure Wounds is pretty handy. Sadly enough. Yeah, shield, slow, haste. Let's see, which is all attack attributes. I don't care too much about that. Bless. Let's take a bless. Okay. Alright, and I want to leave it at this point. Leave it here. Now, we did conquer Misty Fields, and we developed this province up a little bit. Our gold is now +33. We unfortunately lost the bowman, but we got a crossbow guy in return. And we just have to level him up a little bit. So, I do thank you again for listening to my rambling. Next episode, we very likely will take a stab at this one. It's going to be more difficult, because, as I explained in one of the previous episodes, it depends on the ring. This is a stronghold, so the first ring around the stronghold is normally easiest to conquer. And then the second ring is more difficult, and it also depends on what kind of units are there. For example, you have nomad stabs. Free settlement is the easiest, or just militia. The nomad stabs, I think those can actually be archers on horses. We'll see. Depends what the computer wants to throw at us, but it's going to be more difficult. And maybe by then we have that slot available for the healer, because we would probably need him. But again, thank you for listening to my rambling, and hope to see you next time. Have a great day.